Welcome to Here's My Thing, everybody. My name is Frankie Salazar, and today we're going to be doing something that I may, depending on how it's received, via my clips or by the long form videos, I may or may not want to make this a recurring series. Now, this was recommended to me by one of my very close friends, and what we're going to be reading today is something from a thread on Reddit. And in the thread, this one is called Am I Overreacting? And it's titled A Subreddit to Help Figure Out If You're Overreacted to Something or If You Were Justified. Okay? And basically what people do on here is they give you a story or an example, or like in this case, we're going to be putting up text messages of a text exchange with people, and they basically go on there and they try to see if they overreacted to whatever the other person or instance or event that had taken place to them, or if they were justified in how they went about it. Now, today's topic, it's going to be a text conversation between a couple. And gentlemen, before we get into this, go into this with the intention of trying to watch this video to get better, okay? And what I mean by that is, as men, we often like to push our very own insecurities and very own self-worth issues and whatever you want to call them onto women. We like to say that they're the ones that tend to be overreactive, and they're the ones that tend to be insecure and think with their emotions, and they're sad, and they're bipolar, and all this crazy stuff that we like to say. And by we, I don't mean me, I mean pig men. But I'm kidding, by the way. Give me a break. That's another thing. Can we talk about this? Everything I say on this show is literally for comedic purposes. Now, don't get me wrong. It's literally called Here's My Thing. Like, I'm literally giving you guys my opinions on things, and I'm not lying to you. I'm not watering anything down. But what I am saying is that it's a joke. Like, take a joke. Like, do you really think that I think that all men are pigs? I am a man, and I am a pig. I'm not any better than any of them, but I'm just saying. Because I already know when this clip goes on TikTok, I'm going to have some loser named Chad, all right, who's going to tell me, oh, of course it's some... I almost said a slur there. The F slur. Just so we're clear. Not any other slur, but one that pertains to me. In my comments, and they're going to be like, oh, of course this slur is talking about how men are pigs. Anyway, my point is... I'm always rambling in my videos, I swear to God. But my point is that we as men tend to have a lot more insecurities and a lot more issues mentally than we like to admit. And this text conversation, in my opinion, is a prime example of that. And it's going to add a couple of issues that I think happens when it comes to relationships nowadays. So it begins, the girl, I didn't even get her name or anything in the description, I'm just posting their clips online. The girl is in the blue. The girlfriend's in the blue, and the boy is in the gray. And this is taken from the girl's perspective, okay? So the girl goes, is everything okay? I thought you just seemed like something was bothering you while you were over. The boy goes, something has just been bugging me, but I'm working on it. Can you tell me about it? I want to help if I can. It's just, when I asked if you wanted to get lunch yesterday, but you couldn't because you had to pierce some dude's nipples. Felt weird about it. Because I couldn't get lunch? ? Nah, I felt weird about the piercing. Why? I've done piercings like that countless times before. I just didn't like the idea of a dude having his shirt on in front of you and you're touching him and it's just the two of you in there. I'm going to assume that he meant off, because if you tried to pierce somebody's nipples through their shirt, I have a feeling that just is a world of pain and an infection, but I digress. I wasn't touching him any more than I had to, crying face emoji. You have to touch people to a certain extent to give them a piercing, dumbass. She didn't say that, I said that. Him having his shirt off isn't even a thing to me. Like, I'm not looking at anyone in that way. I just wish you didn't have to give those type of piercings because it bugs me. It's my job. That's all I see it as. I was doing this when we met you. I was doing this when we met. You know that I would be doing this stuff. It's always bothered me, but I wasn't about to tell you that when we had just met. I don't get why it bothers you, though. Like, it's a job. There's nothing sexual about it. I don't think it's wrong of me to not like my girlfriend being around dudes, getting all types of piercings in weird places and touching them and whatever. She goes on, sorry, you're the one making it something it isn't. There's nothing inappropriate about it, and I'm not attracted to any of these people, and I'm not even thinking that way when I'm piercing them. I don't know why you're trying to make it seem like I'm the bad guy for being bothered by it. She goes, I'm not saying you're the bad guy. I'm just saying I don't get why you're making my job seem inappropriate. I'm not doing anything weird. It's just I'll never know if I'm not there. What do you mean? I don't know what happens when I'm not there. If you think I'm doing something weird, then why are you still with me? Valid. I just need to think about it all. Just give me a while. Okay? And it ends there. And I wish I had done more for this video and I had actually looked into what her description of what her side of the events were. But this is very telling to me because you're going to go into a relationship knowing that your girlfriend is in this line of work, and by line of work, every time someone says that, they think it like has to do with, stripping or something. But all this girl does, I'm assuming she works at like a tattoo or piercing shop, and she just has to pierce these people, and it happens to be guys. Like, duh! And then, so you're already going into it with this knowledge, right? And then instead of just coming to her and saying, hey, maybe we could just reschedule lunch or whatever, his insecurities, like we said, that a lot of men don't like to acknowledge that they have, are trying to spin this and make it seem as though she's doing something bad. Now, here's my thing on that, young man. It's giving projection, okay? It's giving projection. And we all know what I mean by projection. It's giving, I want to leave you or cheat on you and or already have, and I'm going to make you feel bad for literally going to work. I couldn't imagine being involved with somebody, particularly a girl, knowing what her line of work is, consenting to this relationship for however long. It's unclear how long this is. And then I have these underlying feelings about it the whole time, and then make her feel bad for just going to work. And by the sounds of it, if this loser has this much time to just take lunch breaks and stuff and expect her to just be able to jump up and take a lunch break, yeah, dude, if I'm the breadwinner, I'm gonna pierce me some f***ing nipples. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, get out of here with that shit. And then the whole thing of I won't know if I'm not there. If you don't have trust that your girlfriend is literally just working and you want to sit there and helicopter parent and observe how she's working, why, again, like this girl said, if you think I'm doing something weird, then why are you still with me? And he goes, I just need to think about it all. Just give me a while. If I were this young girl, I would give him about 2.5 milliseconds. I would be given ultimatums. I would be saying, boy, you better get your act together right now, because trust is literally the foundation of what a relationship should be, particularly with young people. But nowadays, and maybe I'll do a whole video on it, because if you're under the age of 25, relationships are so volatile when you're young, and none of us are loyal to each other. I mean, come on. But the ones that are, and by the way, that was a joke. Most people do want to be loyal to each other. But when you have a loser like this saying and projecting all of this stuff on his girlfriend, it's hard for me to believe that he's the one being loyal here, because it's so strange. And even if you are bothered by it, maybe don't bring it up to her, or maybe bring it up to her in a bit of a nicer way. Like why do you have to say that it has to feel weird? I don't know. So I personally just don't stand with this. I stand with the girl. I think they definitely do need to go on lunch, and they definitely need to hash this out, because this is very, very bizarre. So, mystery girl, whose text I just read for the internet that you put on the Am I Overreacting Reddit feed, do I think you're overreacting? Not at all. To be honest, I don't even know what you'd be overreacting to, because I know there was a backstory to this, and I didn't even bother to read it. I just bothered to read the text messages, because I just have to get this video out, because I need to upload 7 videos every month for the next couple of months to actually get to 50 videos by the end of the year. But I digress. I don't think you're overreacting. I think you guys definitely need to go on lunch and have that conversation and hash this out, because if this is going to become a larger issue, and if anything, he's already purposefully trying to distance you from him, in my opinion, to justify his lack of a desire to keep the relationship going, because in my opinion, it doesn't look like he wants to be there and is trying to use your literal job, which is a disgusting thing to do, to justify his desires. And it's unfortunate. So, at the end of the day, this has been Here's My Thing, starring Frankie Salazar. As always, I would love to hear your thing. Do you think that she's overreacting? And do you think that the guy is overreacting? Do you think that she did her best to explain herself in her text exchange? Do you think that the guy has more to hide or not? And should I make this a series? You guys let me know and sound off wherever you find this, whether it's on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, wherever. I'm all over the place. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.